Well, some breaking news before you go this morning. An endangered missing advisory has been issued for Elmer Ramirez Rojas. He was last seen yesterday morning traveling to Heber, Nebraska. You can see a picture of him there and what he was last wearing right there on your screen. If you have any information, you are urged to call 911.
More breaking news. We are following CNN reporting that Air Canada and the union representing flight attendants have now come to a tentative deal. About 10,000 flight attendants have been on strike since Saturday. Union members still need to approve this final deal.
And breaking on the East Coast, the National Hurricane Center shows Hurricane Erin is now a Category 3 storm. Dangerous rip currents are expected along East Coast beaches. A storm surge watch is in effect for areas of North Carolina. Evacuations are underway.
Also breaking here at the Alert Desk, Home Depot sales improved during its second fiscal quarter. Revenue for those 3 months climbed to $45.28 billion from $43.18 billion. The company fell short of the $45.41 billion that analysts polled by FactSet were looking for. Sales at stores open at least a year rose 1%. In the U.S., comparable stores sales increased 1.4%.
Maria, thank you. More top stories now. A complaint against former Omaha police officer Adam Vale now been dismissed. Last year, Vale shot and killed 37-year-old Cameron Ford doing a no-knock warrant. Police Chief Todd Schmutter said Vale did violate department protocol.
One person is in the hospital after a cutting. Omaha police say it happened at a liquor store near 24th and Leavenworth. We're told they are still looking for a possible suspect.
Nebraska Rep. Don Bacon criticizing how President Donald Trump is handling the negotiations to end the war in Ukraine. Bacon says he does not believe the president has shown a clear understanding of the situation.
Lawmakers are looking at adding legislation to put a stop to sex crimes in Nebraska. Senator Lauren Lippincott says lawmakers plan to work with other states to see how Nebraska can tighten up its laws.
And Papillion La Vista Community Schools announcing a $10 million state-of-the-art community engagement center today. The new center will feature a training and an event center.
Well, today is the first day of fall classes for Creighton University. The class of 2029 is the largest first-year class in school history with about 1,250 students.